So guys, welcome. Now, as I said earlier, we're gonna go to loopnet.com. So we're gonna search here loopnet.com, then enter. So that's loopnet right there. So once you click loopnet.com, so here we will add the address or the location, wherever you want to search. And for this case, we're gonna do Seattle, Washington. We see what we have in Seattle. So yep, once that opens up, you wanna change the settings a little bit. We're gonna do for sale, and then for property types, we're gonna do multifamily as well as residential. We can do residential as well, and it has all bunch of filters that you can search, even lands, sports and entertainment if you're looking to buy whatever, So yeah, for this case, we're just gonna go with that. And then for prices, let's do 300,000 on the minimum, because Seattle is a hot market, so we're gonna do 300,000. For maximum, let's do 1 million and see if we can get something in Seattle. After you do that, you go to all filters here on that button. For sizes, we don't really need anything, so you just come here. Those are filters. You can actually add more filters to it. You can narrow down to whatever you're looking for. So for units, let's do 4 units minimum and 4 units maximum, and then we're gonna search. And then it shows nothing over here, so it means that you can't really find such properties within the Seattle area, but we can tweak the settings a little bit. Let's see Tacoma and see if we have something in Tacoma with the same filters we've put. Nothing. So let's go back and see Washington State and see if we have something. State. So it looks like we don't have anything either. So let's try search by county and see what we got. PS County. Let's see PS County if there is anything that's gonna pop up. Nothing. So let's try another county. Let's do King County. King County, we don't see nothing here yet. Lastly, let's try Thurston County and see if we're gonna get anything. Nothing as well. So okay, that simply means we can tweak the prices. Let's increase the prices because Seattle is a hot market and prices have to go up. So, and then we can also tweak the filters and remove the 4 unit maximum. Just we keep it like that. Let's see what we have. Let's change this to Washington. Boom, there we go. Now we have a bunch of properties to work with here. Now if you look here on your left, you'll see a bunch of properties, 13 unit, 4 unit. Let's take a look at I see another one down here. This is 900,000. This is in Longview, 8 unit, 1.2. Let's take a look at this 4 unit here that has 3,744 square foot. This looks like a good investment opportunity. Let's take a look and see what we have going on this one. It looks pretty clean. If you can see the 4 unit apartment building, the price is $525 and price per unit is $131,000. It's in Aberdeen, Washington State. Good location. It says down there, convenient location. it's fully rented. That means as you buy this property, you'll be cash flowing if it's a good deal. Now, it's also good to, there's something called the rent roll. That is something also we will talk about. It's good to look for properties that has rent rolls. And for this case, if you are trying to talk to the agent, the contact you have here, as I represent you, I can contact them and take the rent rolls. I can take a look at it and tell you if this property is worth buying or not, and we can share. If you want to buy such a property, it's good to contact the agent, so you can call me. I can talk to them, ask them more questions to find out what's going on, why they're selling this property and stuff like that. Here we have the price of the property and the price per unit. We already took a look at that, and the advantage of this is that it has an average 100% occupancy. That is a good thing. That's something that it's really important to consider. And then it's built in 1973, not that old, it's quite newer, and if you look at the pictures, it looked quite updated, so that is something that you want to consider. And then it's a mixed property. It has a 2-bedroom and 1 beds, so, and it's a 4-unit. They don't have so much. And then date on market, it's listed I think on July 22nd. It was updated on July 22nd. There's nothing much to that. Now here we can see the total assessment value. This is the assessed value of the property, and then we have the improvements assessment value 305, and the land assessment is 22,000. That goes it adds to $328,658. Now, and if you can look at it, it's listed for $525, but the value it shows here, the assessed value is $325. Basically, that means this property is cash flowing positively and it has been improved. That's why maybe they are selling at $525. But if you came to me and you wanted to buy such a property, we will dig deeper and see. We can look at their rent rolls. We can look at their history, maybe 2-3 years ago, and see how they have been performing in terms of rent. But in terms of location, it's convenient. In terms of occupancy rate, it's 100%. That is a plus. That is a green light for you as an investor. That shows you that people in this area, they are working and they're hardworking. They're living in a house. They're paying it off, But the rent rolls are what shows if people are paying rent or not. Now, since we don't have rent roll on this one, maybe sometimes they do hide it unless you have to contact the agent for you to get access to the rent rolls. But we're gonna look at another property that has a rent roll, so we can actually narrow down. I can show you what I was talking about previously, like the gross effective income, the gross potential income, because once you look at that, if you can look at the financial summary, we will see that. So let's look at this one I saw for 900,000. I should have a rent roll. I think it was up here down. Let me see. This is a 4-unit apartment, 3.97 capitalization rate. That one is a 5.1. It's 1 million. It's in Taquila. You can scroll all the way down, just looking at each property, looking at their financial summary, just for your knowledge. If you want to become an investor, this is the basis. This is where you start. If you can't do this, it's difficult for you to know what is the best decision, what is the best investment, because first of all, you have no idea what you're doing. But if you can take time just to go through, just read through whatever you're reading through and watch videos just to enhance and increase your awareness of what really works. Now, taking a look at this one, the photos looks like this is a well-kept place. It looks clean and well maintained. So let's take a look at the price. It's 900,000. Price per unit is 225,000. The capitalization rate is 5.65, which is not bad in a place like Everett. Everett is a growing city, and yeah, so let's look at the investment highlights here. Now this one has a financial summary. That's the best thing, so we can take a look at that. Most of them, they won't really add the rent roll on the PDF here. You have to contact the agent to access that, as I said. Now this is the best part. Once you look for a property that has a financial summary, it will make your work easier. Now looking at this, we have the gross potential income, or the gross rental income, 67,000. It has an annual of 67,000. The annual per square feet is $606.67. So basically it's annual. So if you want annual per square feet, you just divide the gross potential income by 12, you get $6.67. Now it has no other income. They have vacancy loss. That means maybe in that month they had one vacancy loss. That's 3,360. Perhaps maybe one of the units was empty or vacant. And then we have effective gross. That 3,360 is annual. That means probably by that year, maybe 2 months the property was vacant. One of the unit was vacant. That added up to 3,360, and we can actually confirm that when you take a look at the rent rolls. Now remember, I talked about the gross potential income and the gross effective income. So here the gross effective income is gross potential income, which is 67,000. For this case, they did not have any other income, so we cannot add anything. If we had additional income, we could add it to the gross potential income or the gross rental income. And then for us to get the gross effective income, we will add the other income in addition to the gross potential income less the vacancy loss. We would get the gross effective income. For this case, we have gross effective income as 67,200 less 3,360. We get 63,840. That is our gross effective income. So now if we want to find the net operating income, as I said previously on the video, net operating income is gotten by gross effective income we less taxes and operating expenses. Remember, operating expenses include taxes. So taxes, other repairs, maintenances, all that we talk about, you less. So we have 6,659 as our taxes. Operating expenses, this might include property management fees, repairs, maintenances, and all that kind of stuff. 6,300. So that is 13,000 that we subtract from gross effective income to get net operating income. Now with net operating income, don't worry about what is on the right side. Those are just the annual per square feet of everything that we have here on the annuals. So once we have the net operating income, we can determine the capitalization rate, because we have the price of the property as 900,000. For this case, you would say 50,800, you divide by 900,000, you multiply by 100, you would get the capitalization rate of that property as what you have seen up there, 5.65. So that is something that you want to consider. Moving down here, you can see the price is 900, and then price per unit it's 225, as you see highlighted up here. Now, so as we continue, it's important for you to, as I said earlier, it's important for you to take a look at whatever is written here. It's good for your knowledge. It helps you to understand what is actually going on this property. So you have the price, you have price per unit, and then the sell type, it's an investment, and it's also good to consider they have a sell condition here. It's a 1031 exchange. What does this mean? Simply, if you are not a first-time home buyer, let's say you've already purchased a property somewhere and you want to sell that property to buy this one. Now, and if you don't want to pay any taxes on your capital gains, whatever you've gained on that property since you bought it, what you do is a 1031 exchange. The owner of this property allows a 1031 exchange. Simply means all the funds you get from that property, if you don't want to pay taxes on them, you just transfer all these funds to acquire this property, and you will not pay tax on the property you are selling. Normally that happens when people want to buy a house and they put a contingency. They'll tell us, hey, put a contingency that I have to sell this property that I'm currently in before I buy that one. So this has to sell before I buy that one. For this case, you can still do that, transfer all the funds to this other investment here and buy this property, which is something that you want to consider. So that is something that is important for you guys to know. So, and then looking at other factors, we have the gross rent multiplier. I'll talk about that maybe in the later video because I don't want to share so much information to get you guys confused. So after you know all this, these are the basics for you to understand how to analyze a deal, how to analyze a property. As I've said, an average capitalization rate has to be 6%. You can go lower depending on your level of investment, depending on your goals. If you are going to improve the property, and most of the time building class like class C, they are very good because you can put some more money on those properties, improve something and raise the rent. Once you raise the rent, you're going to increase the value of that property. And I have a separate video I'll create for you to show you how you can actually increase the value of that property using capitalization rate by raising rent. You can actually increase the value of this type of a property by 100,000 every year if you raised the rent of that property every year. That is what many millionaires are doing to increase value of these properties, and they are making a lot of money long term. So that is that. You have to understand that. And the location for these properties in a good place. It's in Everett. They are good. There are jobs in this market. So that is something really important. It's good to look at the amenities wherever you will buy. And then it shows here down on the unit mix, it shows all that type of properties that you have there. So with that, you have understood the basics of buying a 4-unit apartment building. Let me know what you think in the comment section about buying this type of an investment. Let me know what you think about such an investment. And if you like this video, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to this channel, hit that bell icon over there, so next time I post my videos, you will be notified. And let me know what you want me to talk about next regarding real estate investment.